Hey there guys, Scooter99 here with a little update. I told everybody I was going to start doing some updates with video as well as pictures, and that's the start of what this is. I'm standing here at my fuse box because this is what I've been doing for the last few days, trying to get back to a point where I can start building on my car again. But frankly, working off of extension cords and lack of space in the shop and disorganization has really hindered me being able to do that. Obviously I've had other projects going on, but this is one of the major things that I've been waiting to do so that I can be more organized and more efficient when building on the car. So let's get started. This is my main fuse box for my house. But what I did was added a breaker here. You can kind of see right here. It is a 6-gauge cables, 2 power and a neutral on the 100 amp breaker there. Reason I have a 100 amp breaker is because I put in a 100 amp sub panel in my shop. So let's go ahead and move back there and kind of show you what's been going in and what's been going on, and we'll see, give you an idea of what my time has been taken up doing. This is my side yard, which is an absolute mess right now. I will get to that. I went ahead and ran the line. As you can see, there is no line up here other than the cable and the phone. I ran it in the attic. As far as I could. Would have loved to have had it all the way, but the way this house is built, it's a little bit difficult, so I ended up coming out here, which is not a big deal. Some PVC all the way down, and then anchored and ran on the bottom here. I thought it was nice and low profile, indiscreet, out of the way as well. Hopefully the air conditioner isn't too loud, but ran it in behind the air conditioner, and then over to this point. The previous homeowners were nice enough to, when they poured the concrete here, they went ahead and put in a 1 1/4 inch PVC line that goes across underneath the concrete, so I went ahead and utilized that. Some Carlon there, some flex tubing to be able to make some bins, and then it comes over here where my shop is. You can see my shop here. And it comes up out of here, and then it goes into the shop basically the same way it comes out of the attic. So let's go take a look at the shop. Here we are in the shop. Line comes in here and into my sub panel. I've already gotten it all wired up. For the most part, I still have some more stuff to put in here. I still have more wiring to do in the shop itself. Most of it's done, but as you can see, I've got wires I need to kind of anchor in and tie in. I have this whole workbench, which as you can see is an absolute mess. It will get cleaned up, but this whole workbench is going to get outlets on it, just like I have over here now on this one. There's a switch panel for my lights, my fans, and outside light, and then when I put shelves in, I've got one more switch spot for my under shelf lighting, which will subsequently also go on both sides. Here's my outlets. You can see, again, I've got things everywhere because I've been working in here. That one there is not wired yet. That's one that I still have to do. That's going to be a isolated outlet that I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and bring my drill press, as you can see here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it over here, and then I'm also going to bring my grinder, which I have outside. I'm going to bring it in as well with some removable anchors. That way I can have it on the bench, or if I need the space I can take it off the bench. The drill press will go over here pretty much anchored, not permanently, but I'll probably put some removable anchors in there as well. But I will go ahead and do an isolated plug here, and that'll operate those things as well as anything else I end up getting in the future. And it just puts less draw on everything else. I put in some fans, or some lights and fans. I have ceiling fan here. That's from one of the rooms. We've already taken and replaced the ceiling fan in. fluorescent lighting all the way around. I have the second fan here. I'd like to get a plate much like the other one to kind of get rid of that lighting, but it's not a big deal. It's not operating. All the lights there. My other projects I've done is I've built this bench, workbench. I really needed the extra space, and this is already proving to be quite essential to what I'm going to be doing in the future. Built a nice little shelf. This is all my gear that's, well, most of my gear that's going to go in the car and in the build. Still needs to be cleaned up and organized a little bit, but you kind of get an idea of what's really been going on around here. I have my new compressor over here in the corner, again with an isolated outlet. You can see there, actually let me step into the sun here, you can see there it's got an isolated outlet, and I actually put in different wiring for this. I used a 10-3 wire, I'm sorry, a 10-2 wire, which is the orange here. It's a thicker wire than what the standard is. The standard is either a 14-2, which is what I've got running there on the plugs, or a 12-2, which is actually, here you can see the 12-2. That's what I've got here to finish my wiring. I ran out of wire, but those are standard for normal stuff: switches, lights, outlets, stuff like that. This compressor, I believe, if I remember correctly, pulls 20 amps, and I wanted to isolate it on a pretty thick wire so that we didn't have any issues when it runs. And I've done a test on it already once, and I think it's full of power. I think it's already full, so I have that video on my phone. I'll go ahead and post it also as a separate video, but that's pretty much what I've been doing. As I said, I still have some wiring left to do. Oh, let me go out here to the workbench. I have my exterior workbench here. This will just be for stuff like when I have the car here, or any other car that I build on. I'll be able to work on here, and this will just be my outside workbench. But I've got outlets going out here as well. There's one there, and there's one on the other side. Again, everything is a mess because I've been working. There's the other one there. I'll put some exterior boxes in, and then some weatherproof outlet covers on. Also going to have a nice big floodlight right here above the window. That hasn't been wired yet, as you can see. That's temporary. That's going to come down. But that's pretty much the gist of everything that's been going on. I can't wait to get it done so that I can start building this week. I'm just about there. I may have to take one more night to finish wiring everything up, but I think that's about it. So there's your update. More to come soon, and definitely some building to come on soon. Let me actually, before I tune off here, let me go ahead and show you this amp rack that I've been working on. I showed all the pictures, and again, everything's a mess. Let me clear off some of this stuff here, and you can see the work that I did on it previously, which was all pictured. But I went ahead and had to replace this back wall. I went ahead and replaced it with a it's like 3/16 inch ply, quarter-inch ply, something like that, and made it straighter because the other one just came out terrible. I think I already threw it away, as a matter of fact, or I would have showed you. But I went ahead and glassed it all in. I used the felt because of the roundness of where the two joints meet. Kind of see there, it's just kind of round. But I went ahead and did that, so now I've got to cut all this off and start sanding it down and getting it ready. The rest of it's really close as far as flatness, and I'm not going to paint this, so it doesn't need to be paint grade, but I am going to put a finish on it that is going to need to be pretty smooth, and so hopefully that'll all work out. There's Grace, my boxer. Anyway, so that's about it. That's where I'm at. This week I will start building again. I'm going to start working on getting this finished so that I can move on to the next project, and I will keep you guys updated as I have updates to give, and hopefully everybody is still paying attention and holding interest, and I promise you things are going to start taking off here very quickly. So thank you very much. Bye.